Hey, name is Dr. Sean Price, Clinical Coordinator here at The Fix in Fort Walton Beach, talking about the 4 stages of action in any area of your life that you're challenged with, whether it's finances, relationships, spirituality, health, whatever it is. Specifically here, we're talking about health. And we've talked about retreat, which is where you basically maybe have tried something and it didn't work, so you're like, just not even going to deal with it. You're not even going to try to even entertain the idea of doing anything to try to heal this. You're just going to deal with whatever. No action is basically where you're just kind of putting it off and you're deciding not to take any kind of action right now. It's not that you've retreated away from the option, it's just you're not doing anything about it right now. And today we're talking about average action. And remember, all of these areas take the same amount of energy as the one that I'm hoping to get you to. Average action is actually the most dangerous. And here's why it's the most dangerous. It takes effort. We start doing things, and we're doing things that we perceive based on our perception of what reality is, based on our friends, based on different things like that. We feel like we're taking average action. We feel like we're doing something, but we're not getting anywhere. So what that would look like is, let's say that you have a thyroid issue and you decide that you want to try to get it better or something, so you go and you join Weight Watchers. So you start working with Weight Watchers, and you do that for a couple months, and you might lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, whatever. But then you go back to your, you don't do anything to heal, you don't do anything to address the metabolic imbalances and the functional imbalances and the structure and the neurological, and you're doing just this one isolated area so that you're doing something. But as soon as you stop, because you haven't developed a process and you haven't taken this action that was necessary to heal the entire system, the weight comes back on. But you're not dissatisfied. I mean, you're dissatisfied that the weight came back on, but you're not upset with yourself because, hey, you tried. So now you go and you try the next thing, and you go and try the next thing, and maybe you go do a 40-day weight loss program, or you go and do a HCG diet, or some kind of the keto or the Atkins, or you just keep on doing these little things. Eventually you get to the point where you're like, you know what, I've tried all these things and they're not working, because you lose motivation with average action and you don't get the results with average action, but you feel like you're moving because you're doing something. It's just not enough. So eventually you get to the point, well, you know what, it's not working anyway, so now I'm not going to take any action for right now. And then you start getting cynical and then you retreat. So average action leads you to a point where you either stagnate and your health slowly diminishes or continues to diminish, or it leads you to a point where you end up getting kind of bitter and you take no action and then retreat. So average action is dangerous. You don't want to be stuck in that area. Now, it's better than no action, but it's not enough for you to actually recover your life. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're in a marriage and you're like, you get them roses once a month, that's average action. What are you doing every day to make your significant other or your spouse feel special? That's massive action. If it's regard to your finances, if you are a salesperson and you have to make, 50 calls a day to really achieve your high level goals, then but you only do 10 calls a day, and that's average action, then you're not going to be doing what you need to be doing, and it makes you vulnerable. Average action makes you vulnerable because with your health, for example, let's say that you are just doing Weight Watchers and a big stressor comes on your life. Well, you're not ready because you haven't made enough of an action and enough of a change to handle that stressor, and you go back to old habits and you collapse. Stressors and different challenges can take average action and destroy what you're doing. So average action is not the ideal situation. You want to get above that, and we're going to go into that in the next video.